Questhaven's founder, the Reverend Flower A. Newhouse, tells us that the numerous references to the heart shown in the Bible show that it has tremendous significance for us. It symbolizes love. She says, when our heart chakras are in tune with the God indwelling us, we are filled with love that comes from the divine. And when we send this love out into the world, we become vessels of light. She asks us to pay heed to our hearts, not only physically, but superphysically or spiritually as well. And she spoke of different interpretations of the heart in the Bible and references to its different activities. I was interested that she said some of us come into incarnation with our hearts already open. I assume that means that in a previous life, we were able to open our hearts, and we brought that in with us. I've known a few people like that. I know I'm not one of them, but I think a lot of us could stand to open our hearts. And I'm learning that to bring in this balance, it just takes knowledge, but also persistence, willingness to try to awaken it over and over again, because it might not be what we're used to. Reverend Hal Lingerman, in his talk a few weeks ago, talked about some of the traits of Christ, including love, power, goodness, patience, justice, forgiveness, and truth. I realized I had never heard a description of Jesus the Christ that speaks of his great intelligence, his high IQ, his brilliant use of brain power in spreading love and helping people in their lives, but how often he speaks of love. I've never read or heard that Jesus chose his disciples based on their intelligence and how much brain power they displayed in their lives, but how much he spoke of love. So as important as our use of our brain is, perhaps we may have learned to put too much emphasis on it, elevating it a little higher than we should. But how do we learn more about heart intelligence? I would like to tell you about two people who grew up totally brain-focused. They didn't know there was any other way to be. Very bright women. It was only when they experienced severe testings in their lives, and their lives became extremely difficult, that they began to listen to their hearts. What I discovered in my research is that sometimes it's only when we or someone we love loses access to our brain's intelligence that we turn to our heart instead.